Is traveling after 70 still a good idea? Here's what you need to know. Have you ever wondered whether traveling after 70 is still safe and enjoyable? While exploring new places and experiencing different cultures can be exciting, many seniors face hidden risks that aren't often considered until it's too late. As we age, our bodies and minds go through changes that can make travel more exhausting, unpredictable, and even dangerous. Yet many people assume they can keep up the same pace they did in their younger years. The reality is that traveling after 70 presents unique challenges that can turn a dream vacation into a stressful or even life-threatening experience. In this video, we'll uncover 5 important reasons why traveling after 70 can be risky, from unexpected health emergencies to hidden financial pitfalls that can drain your savings. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of the challenges seniors face while traveling and, most importantly, how to stay safe and enjoy your trip. Make sure to stick around until the end because the last reason is something most seniors never think about. Yet it's one of the most common ways people lose money, time, and peace of mind while traveling. Reason number 1, increased health, risks and medical emergencies. One of the biggest concerns for travelers over 70 is the higher risk of sudden health issues. As we age, conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, and respiratory problems become more common and can quickly turn into emergencies when we least expect them. At home, access to medical care is easy and familiar. But when you're in a foreign country or a remote location, getting the right treatment can be far more complicated. What might be a minor issue at home could become a serious, even life-threatening situation when you're far from your regular doctor. For example, James, a 74-year-old travel enthusiast, planned a 2-week cruise with his wife, thinking it would be a relaxing experience. However, on the 4th day, he began experiencing severe chest pain. The ship's medical team could only provide basic care, and he needed to be evacuated to the nearest hospital, a process that took hours. Thankfully, James survived, but the experience left him shaken. He later admitted that had he considered the risks and prepared better, the situation could have been avoided. Long flights increase the risk of blood clots, deep vein thrombosis. High altitudes can strain the heart and lungs, and even simple issues like dehydration or heat exhaustion can hit harder as we age. Plus, seniors are more vulnerable to infections, meaning exposure to new bacteria and viruses can lead to unexpected illnesses. What can you do to protect yourself? Get a full health checkup before your trip. Carry all necessary medications and prescriptions. Research the healthcare system in your destination. Invest in comprehensive travel insurance that covers medical emergencies and hospital stays. Being prepared can make the difference between a smooth, enjoyable trip and a potential disaster. Reason number 2, higher risk of infections and contaminants. Another often overlooked danger of traveling after 70 is the increased exposure to germs, viruses, and foodborne illnesses. From crowded airports and packed airplanes to public transportation and unfamiliar restaurants, travel environments are full of bacteria and viruses. For younger travelers, catching a cold or experiencing food poisoning might be a temporary inconvenience. However, for seniors, these infections can lead to severe complications, hospitalizations, or long-term health issues. A single trip can expose an older adult to more illnesses than they would typically encounter in months at home. As we age, our immune system naturally weakens, making it harder to fight off infections. For seniors over 70, this can make travel more challenging and even dangerous, especially when exposed to unfamiliar environments and germs. Why are seniors more vulnerable to infections? Studies show that older adults are more likely to experience complications from respiratory illnesses like the flu, pneumonia, and even common colds. When traveling, especially on airplanes, where passengers are packed closely together and breathing recycled air for hours, the risk of exposure to new viruses and bacteria skyrockets. Airports, hotels, and public transportation are breeding grounds for germs. Plus, trying new foods and water in foreign countries can lead to digestive issues that hit older adults much harder. Something as simple as drinking tap water or eating a salad washed in local water can cause serious stomach infections like norovirus or salmonella, which can lead to dehydration and a weakened immune system. Even surfaces that seem clean, like door handles, airplane tray tables, and public restrooms, can carry harmful bacteria. Seniors who rely on canes or walkers are at even greater risk, since they frequently touch public surfaces for balance. How can seniors protect themselves? While traveling, if you're over 70 and planning a trip, taking extra precautions is key to staying healthy. Wear a mask in crowded areas like airports and planes. Wash hands frequently and carry hand sanitizer. Drink only bottled or filtered water and avoid raw foods in unfamiliar places. Stick to well-cooked meals to prevent foodborne illness. Get any recommended vaccines before international travel. Carry essential medications for stomach issues or respiratory infections. With proper preparation, you can enjoy your trip without worrying about unexpected illness. Reason number 3, travel fatigue and recovery challenges. Traveling can be exciting, but for seniors, the physical toll is far greater than expected. Long flights, early check-ins, and hours of walking can lead to extreme fatigue that lingers for days or even weeks. Unlike in younger years, when a good night's sleep could recharge the body, older adults often struggle to recover from exhaustion. The problem with sleep disruption. Sleeping in an unfamiliar bed, dealing with noisy hotels, or adjusting to different time zones can make it nearly impossible to get proper rest. Sleep deprivation affects more than just energy levels. It weakens the immune system, reduces mental sharpness, and even increases the risk of heart problems. In fact, studies show that seniors who travel across multiple time zones take much longer to adjust, meaning jet lag can last for days or even weeks. This lingering fatigue can turn an exciting vacation into a draining and miserable experience. The physical strain of travel. Sitting for long periods on a plane or train can cause stiff muscles, swollen joints, and even blood clots. For those with arthritis or circulation issues, extended travel times can lead to chronic discomfort that lasts long after the trip is over. Even once you arrive at your destination, sightseeing, carrying luggage, and keeping up with planned activities can be overwhelming. Richard, a 75-year-old retired teacher, learned this the hard way. Excited to explore Europe, he packed his schedule with back-to-back tours and walking excursions. By the third day, he was exhausted, his knees were swollen, and he could barely keep up with the group. What was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime turned into a struggle just to make it through each day. How to prevent travel fatigue? As a senior plan, shorter, more relaxed trips with plenty of rest breaks. Choose comfortable accommodations with quiet environments, stay hydrated and stretch regularly during long flights, use lightweight luggage or hire assistance at airports, listen to your body and avoid overscheduling activities. Richard and his wife were thrilled to finally take their long-awaited trip overseas. They assumed it would be as enjoyable as their travels in earlier years. However, after a 10-hour flight, navigating a busy airport, and adjusting to a 6-hour time difference, Richard was already exhausted before the adventure had even begun. By the second day, he struggled to walk long distances, found it hard to stay alert during tours, and needed frequent breaks just to keep going. By the time he finally adjusted, the trip was nearly over, and instead of returning home with happy memories, he spent weeks recovering from fatigue and discomfort. The hidden challenge of staying hydrated and maintaining a healthy diet. For seniors, another overlooked challenge is digestive issues and dehydration while traveling. Many destinations offer unfamiliar foods that can upset the stomach, and staying hydrated while constantly on the move is often forgotten. Dehydration alone can cause fatigue, dizziness, and confusion, making even simple activities feel overwhelming. When you add poor sleep and physical strain into the mix, it's easy to see why many seniors return from vacation feeling worse, not refreshed. How can seniors avoid travel fatigue? Plan plenty of rest days between activities. Stay hydrated and pack nutritious snacks. Avoid back-to-back tours and early wake-up calls. Take shorter flights with layovers to move around. Prioritize comfort over a packed itinerary. Listen to your body and adjust plans when needed. Remember, a vacation should be enjoyable, not something that takes weeks to recover from. Reason number 4, higher risk of falls and injuries. While traveling, one of the most dangerous and often underestimated risks for seniors over 70 is the increased chance of falls and injuries. As we age, balance, reflexes, and bone strength naturally decline, making us more vulnerable to accidents. While a minor stumble at home may not seem like a big deal, a fall in an unfamiliar location can lead to broken bones, hospital stays, or even permanent mobility issues. The reality of traveling. As a senior, take Linda, a 78-year-old woman who had always dreamed of visiting Italy. She considered herself active and fit for her age, often walking through her neighborhood without any problems. However, once she arrived in Italy, she quickly realized how challenging steep, uneven streets and poorly lit alleys could be. One evening, while stepping off a curb, she lost her footing and fell, breaking her hip. Not only did she have to cut her trip short, but she spent months recovering after returning home. Why travel environments are riskier for seniors? Uneven sidewalks and cobblestone streets, poor lighting in unfamiliar areas, slippery cruise ship decks or hotel floors, limited accessibility in historic sites, slow emergency medical services in some countries. How seniors can reduce the risk of falls. While traveling, choose destinations with good accessibility. Avoid areas with uneven terrain or steep staircases. Wear supportive shoes with non-slip soles. Use walking sticks or canes for added stability. Take frequent breaks to avoid fatigue. Book accommodations with elevators and handrails. A single fall can change the course of your life, turning a dream vacation into a painful and costly experience. By recognizing these risks and making small adjustments, seniors can still enjoy travel while protecting their health and independence. Many seniors believe that if something goes wrong during their trip, they can simply rely on insurance or personal savings. Unfortunately, the reality is quite different. Medical emergencies, trip cancellations, and travel scams can drain your bank account faster than you'd expect, turning a well-planned vacation into a financial nightmare. 1. The hidden cost of medical emergencies abroad. One of the biggest financial risks for seniors is healthcare in foreign countries. Most people are unaware that regular health insurance often doesn't cover medical treatment outside their home country. If you fall ill or get injured while traveling, you could be stuck with thousands of dollars in medical bills. Even in countries with affordable health care, emergency medical evacuations, like being airlifted to a proper hospital, can cost tens of thousands of dollars. Without proper travel insurance, seniors are often forced to either pay an enormous bill out of pocket or go without the care they need. 2. The risk of losing money from trip cancellations. Many seniors book vacations months in advance, assuming they'll be in good health when the time comes. But health issues can arise suddenly, leading to trip cancellations or postponements. Sadly, most airlines, cruise lines, and hotels have strict refund policies, and last-minute cancellations often result in losing thousands of dollars. Without the right trip insurance, recovering that money is nearly impossible. The growing threat of travel scams. Seniors are often targeted by scammers who prey on travelers using tactics like fake taxi services that overcharge credit card skimming devices, overpriced goods at tourist hotspots, online vacation deals that turn out to be fake. Scammers often target older adults who may be less familiar with their surroundings, knowing they're more vulnerable to these tricks. A real-life story. How George lost his savings. George, a 76-year-old retiree, carefully saved for his dream vacation to a tropical island. He booked what seemed like a great hotel deal online. However, when he arrived, the hotel didn't exist. He had fallen victim to an online travel scam. With nowhere to stay, he was forced to book another hotel at double the price, completely blowing his budget and turning his dream vacation into a stressful financial disaster. How can seniors protect themselves from these financial risks? Invest in comprehensive travel insurance. Make sure your policy covers medical emergencies, trip cancellations, and emergency evacuations. Book only through reputable travel platforms. Avoid deals that seem too good to be true, and double-check hotel reviews and websites before paying. Be cautious with your money while traveling. Avoid carrying large amounts of cash. Use secure payment methods. Be mindful of who has access to your credit card information. Trust strangers with personal financial details. The bottom line: traveling after 70 is not impossible, but it requires extra caution and preparation to avoid falling victim to unexpected expenses or scams. By planning ahead and protecting yourself financially, you can enjoy new experiences without the stress of returning home with empty pockets. Or worse, a mountain of debt.